Hey, welcome back. It's your host, it's V. Let's go. The iPad mini has always been my go-to device, especially for traveling. It's small, powerful, and easy to throw into a bag. Every time I travel with it, I'm always chasing the perfect keyboard. I usually stick to keyboard cases because it's easy. One device, one step, nothing extra. The problem is, keyboard cases for the iPad mini are very hit or miss. Some feel cheap, others overcomplicate everything, and others just lack features. Going into 2026, I've been focused on newer gear that promises to fix older problems. That's why this keyboard case caught my eye. It's from a company called MePadKey. It just rolls off the tongue. A folio-style keyboard with a built-in trackpad and a couple of neat features I did not expect. I picked this up off Amazon for around $60, and out of the few I'm currently reviewing right now, this one stands out. On the right-hand side, you'll find the power and off switch. Right next to that is the USB Type-C charging port. The iPad mini 7 attaches to the keyboard using magnets. Some edges do stick out slightly, but overall the magnets hold strong and secure, so when fully closed, it provides extra protection by extending beyond the tablet itself. This added coverage adds more protection in case of drops compared to thinner folio cases. It also supports auto wake and sleep. The magnetic latch keeps everything securely closed. The kickstand uses a hinge just like the F-22 wing. This popular hinge allows anyone to fold the back cover down to about 120-degree viewing angle. You can find the perfect position for typing or watching content. You can position the iPad in either portrait or landscape mode. Many people who type extensively, like programmers, they prefer portrait mode for more vertical screen space. This keyboard is backlit. It offers 3 levels of brightness and 7 different colors to choose from. To adjust the backlighting, simply hold down the function key and press the light key. Pairing the keyboard is pretty straightforward. Hold function and press C to enter Bluetooth pairing mode. Then select the device you want to connect to. So when it comes to the trackpad, it's a pretty normal size compared to some of the other ones I've reviewed. Right off the bat, you get pinch to zoom built in. Surprisingly, not all of them have this. You can scroll up and down with 2 fingers. 3 finger swiping up will take you home. A long 3-finger swipe up will open multitasking. You can also close apps with 2 fingers swiping up. These gestures are pretty standard, but I've reviewed some keyboard cases that don't have them whatsoever. Even in the gallery, pinch to zoom works just fine. Swiping between applications is pretty straightforward. Overall, this trackpad is one of the better ones I've tested. It's responsive and acts just like a normal one. For people who want to get trackpad for a compact keyboard case for the Mini 7, this one checks all the boxes. Now getting to the meat and potatoes of this device is the keyboard. I found the keys to be pretty responsive and tactile. They have good switches underneath, and overall, the typing experience has been solid. It's one of the better keyboards I've used on a hybrid device like this. After about a dozen different tests, I hit between about 40 to 50 words per minute. My top average was about 50 words per minute. For such a small keyboard case, anything around 50 words is pretty functional. All in all, I'd say this keyboard is really good. It's responsive and easily one of the better 2-in-1 hybrid devices I've used. So at the end of the day, this keyboard case does not reinvent the wheel. The price point is pretty on point. It is in line with other mid-level keyboard cases for around $60. It has pretty much all the features you could ever want. It's not amazing like some other high-end options I've reviewed, but overall it's pretty solid for what it offers. It doesn't redefine keyboard cases or have any crazy new features. It simply has a good hinge, a sturdy case, and a decent build quality. The trackpad supports all the gestures. The keyboard is one of the better ones I've tested in this price range. Battery life can last a couple months before it needs to be recharged. It's backlit, compact, and offers decent drop protection. This is the Macally keyboard case and can be picked up off Amazon for around $50. This might be one of the best typing experiences on the iPad mini with a twist. It has a soft rubberized texture that gives it a nice premium feel, and overall the design and build quality are solid. There is a magnetic latch and the magnets are super strong. One thing that separates this keyboard from others I've reviewed, it actually includes a removable inside case. So essentially you get a case within a case, and that's something you don't see very often. You also get auto wake and sleep, and the case attaches to the keyboard entirely through magnets, and those magnets are strong, so strong that even a few inches away, the case will pull itself right into place. The keyboard charges with USB Type-C on the right hand side, giving you roughly 3 months of usage before it needs to be recharged. The back of the case bends down, just like the F-22 wing, giving you roughly 120 degrees of adjustable viewing angles. You can use the iPad in either landscape or portrait mode, and the magnets keep everything locked in and stable. Even during a shake test, nothing moves. Unfortunately, it's not backlit whatsoever. The keys are well spaced, comfortable, and very satisfying to type on. I know some people want a keyboard case with a trackpad, but for the Mini 7, just because it's so small, it's not really necessary here. The keys here are a chiclet style design with very comfortable switches underneath. They're clicky without being loud, not mushy, and very responsive. The tactile feedback is excellent. Overall, this is a bit of a hidden gem when it comes to keyboard cases. After doing my usual typing test, I did start a little bit slow, about mid 40 words per minute with a couple of typos, but after I got comfortable with it, my speed jumped up past 60 words per minute. I even came close to 70 a few times. For such a small keyboard or a small tablet, that's impressive. I could see myself typing on this for longer sessions, not just quick replies or paragraphs. The keys, the switches, and the tactile feedback all make it a great typing experience. It's definitely one I would recommend to anyone who needs to type a lot on their iPad mini. With the Galaxy basically becoming a royal dumpster fire, not enough fluff to fill a sandwich, and yet another big bad trying to destroy the universe. Things aren't looking great. WWJD. What will Joe do? Every threat that's ever came after Earth has been handled somehow. The lizards, the hamsters, those little pinheads, and even the kitties. Earth is still standing, but what about the threat beyond the galaxy? That kind of danger makes you want to unplug the whole universe and plug it back in. With the release of Book 19, a brand new cosmic road trip begins for Joe and Skippy. Try Audible today. You get 30 days free, you can cancel at any time, and after that it's only $14.95 a month. Basically 2 fancy coffees, but fewer regrets. Chaos, comedy, space raccoons, and Skippy's questionable attitude. Check out Expeditionary Force by Craig Allison today, because if you don't, the galaxy might not be around tomorrow. This thing folds way more than a transformer, and can do a lot more than you would expect at the same time. Right now, you can pick this up off Amazon for around $50 to $60. The link is down below. And honestly, for what the case can do, you're getting a lot for the price. Overall, this case feels familiar to others I have reviewed and different at the same time. It uses a tearaway design, which is always welcomed. What really stands out to me is everything this case can actually do. The main selling point for me is that hinge on the backside. When it's set up, the iPad almost feels like it's floating. The design reminds me a bit of something you would see from Moft. It's unique and definitely different from most keyboard cases. The kickstand is built directly to the back of the case. The hinge will fold down around 120 degrees. That gives you a wide range of viewing angles. The hinge feels strong and quite sturdy. You can also flip the case over and use the iPad in portrait mode. A lot of people actually prefer portrait mode for productivity. It's especially useful for programmers and heavy typers. You get more vertical screen space compared to landscape mode. The case offers about 3 main usage modes. One of these is great for drawing. It gives you roughly a 45-degree angle setup. This angle feels more natural when using the Apple Pencil for drawing. Another mode turns the case into a floating stand. In this setup, the iPad is raised up closer to be eye level. The keyboard does have auto wake and sleep. It connects over Bluetooth and supports up to 3 devices at the same time. You can easily switch between a phone, a laptop, and a tablet. The keyboard is fully backlit with RGB colors. You get 3 brightness levels to choose from. There are also about 12 different color options available. The blended RGB lighting looks more dynamic than a single color backlight. The trackpad here is pretty standard. It's a very basic trackpad, similar to what you'll find with a lot of other budget keyboard cases. 1 finger clicking and dragging works as expected. 2 fingers scrolling up and down works like normal. However, that's pretty much where the positives end. There's no native pinch to zoom support whatsoever. It doesn't work in the gallery or anywhere else in iPad OS. 3-finger gestures are also limited. Swiping up with 3 fingers just opens up the last app. Swiping across takes you back to the home screen. 4 fingers for screenshots still works. Overall, this trackpad lacks most of the gestures that make iPad OS feel fluid. Multitasking kind of does work, but it's not really good. Managing or closing apps feels easier using your fingers instead. At the end of the the day, it's usable for simple navigation, but if you rely on gesture-based controls, this one is one of the weaker ones out there. The keys feel mushy and lack good tactile feedback. They're not very springy, which makes typing feel less satisfying. It's fine for short messages or quick replies, but nothing much beyond that. In my typing test, I average about 30 to 35 words per minute, which is slower than usual. That shows the keyboard is not very efficient or comfortable for longer sessions. The case itself is really good, but the keyboard itself does not really have much going for itself. You might also find yourself slowing down by special characters on the right hand side, which requires shift and function keys. The keyboard is underwhelming and not one of the better options available. With that being said, the keyboard and trackpad on this case are not great, but the case itself is amazing. Honestly, if you buy this combo, the case is really that good. You can always pair it with a folding keyboard for a better typing experience.